Good morning. Welcome to our daily word this morning. It is Thursday morning. It's a bright, sunny, beautiful Thursday morning after our storms of yesterday. Some much needed rain, actually, that we needed. So, as you can see, I'm home this morning. I've been out running errands. I was in my office early this morning. I actually headed to the lake to ostensibly mow my grass there. Not looking forward to the task. It's a pretty tough job, but I'm going to get it done today. I'm sure it needs it, especially after the rain we've had a couple of times. So just want to say there will be a daily word tomorrow, but next week, the entire week, there will not be a daily word. I'm taking next week off. Was going to go on the trip, as I shared with you. We're not going on a trip, but we'll be around doing things. But I'm just going to take the week off. So I will join you again on Monday, May the 4th, actually, for our daily word. So thanks for joining me. As always, I'm grateful that you carve out time to be with me and share in these few moments with me. I often choose my scripture for the daily word based on conversations with other people, many times based on my own interactions that I have with people, that make you think and make you question and make you wonder. Today is one of them. And so we hear these words, Romans 12, verse 18. If it is possible, so far as it depends on you, live peaceably with all. Now I read that and think, well, it always depends on me if I'm going to live peaceably. If I'm going to live peaceably with my neighbors, if I'm going to live peaceably with the people I interact with, if I'm going to live peaceably with the people in the store or on the road, I, I think usually it always depends on me. Maybe not. So we might read this and think, well, that's easy for you to say, Paul, live peaceably with everyone, except it really wasn't. Paul suffered at the hands of others. Multiple times, Paul was severely beaten and almost killed. He was in prison. He was cast out of the synagogue. He was ridiculed. Nevertheless, Paul takes this non-violent stance. His faith wasn't about conquering nations. It was about winning souls for others. But this conversation, at least for me and for others, is deeper than that. If it's possible, so far as it depends on you, live peaceably with all. But I'm in these broad, deep discussions sometimes with people, and even with myself. I don't get out of this. Jim, I just can't be at peace with this or these people or the other side of the aisle. I just can't understand. And I have these conversations over and over and over again. And I get it because it's hard. We live in a pretty polarizing society. Excuse me, we've seemed to have lost track of what it means to find common ground with each other. I struggle with all of that as well. But hear what it says. Hear it clearly. I think this is what's the most important thing. If it's possible, so far as it depends on you, live peaceably with all. I think the burden of living peaceably begins and ends with me and with you. The burden of living peaceably. Now, there's lots of ways to live peaceably, right? We can walk away. We can keep our mouth shut, which hard for me to do, hard for some of us to do. I'm probably not the only one who has a hard time with that. We can seek to find common ground. Maybe what we can try to do is understand the other person's perspective. Maybe. Doesn't mean we agree, but maybe try to understand their perspective. Look, we live in a time where we don't mind arguing with each other. Look, I hear it all the time in restaurants and stores. People don't mind yelling, getting up in people's faces. They think it's their right. For some reason, I don't understand it, what it's about, why people think that. Hear this, though. Paul takes this strong, non-violent stance. Not about conquering people or conquering nations. You know, I've said this before, but I get bothered a lot when someone says that another person destroyed another person. Look, I just don't I don't know that that's where we're supposed to be and that that's our hallmark for living. Paul says his life was about winning souls for Jesus. So this is personal, I think, for me and for all of us. It does depend on us to live peaceably with all. It begins and ends with us. We don't get to pass it off and say, well, so and so politician said something, so it must be okay for us to say it. It's not. So and so person in the store said it, so it must be okay. It's not. If it's possible, Paul says, so far as it depends on you, live peaceably with all. And friends, it does depend on us. There's no escaping it. So I wrestle with it. Look, it's been at the forefront of many conversations I've had this week. It's been a tough week. It's only, I remembered this morning, it's only Thursday. It has been a tough week for people in general. Early morning phone calls, text messages, hospital visits, the list goes on. It's been tough. But this reminder for us is clear. It does depend on us. So thanks for joining me for our time together as always. Know of God's love that surrounds you. Know of my love for you. And I will see you tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock. Have a great day.